The biggest update so far is arriving on July 24th. This video shows some of the key features and systems. For a full changelog, check the website. Let's start with the most requested features, the game wiki and the development roadmap. The new game wiki is now available. It features a clean and easy to use interface designed for both desktop and mobile devices. Content is divided into major sections such as core gameplay and world content, making it much easier to find the information you need. Most of the essential pages have already been completed, although some sections are still missing content and will continue to be expanded over time. The items and crafting recipes are in sync with the game, so you will find up-to-date stats here. The best way to experience it is to explore it yourself. You can find the wiki link in the description below. The game has now reached a stage where most of the core systems are implemented and functioning as intended. This finally allows us to create a public roadmap so players can see what features, content and improvements are planned for future updates. The roadmap is available through the wiki. Visual, art, user interface and user experience improvements. User interface scaling. You can now adjust the UI size to better fit different screen resolutions and personal preferences. Character textures and shaders have been updated to better match the original visual style of the game. A new blood drop effect has been added. Characters now have a chance to leave blood behind when taking damage or suffering from a bleed effect. Blood color varies depending on the race. Weapons and projectiles now feature improved muzzle flash and dynamic lighting effects, making combat feel more impactful. A significant amount of work went into animation improvements. Animation cycles, stacked movement steps, and most position desynchronization issues have been fixed. Combat animations have also been adjusted to feel more responsive and fluid. The overall look of the game has been improved with updated day-night lighting and brightness adjustments. The game world now feels much more vibrant compared to the previous somewhat pale appearance. The mouse cursor now features transparency egg effect, allowing you to peek through roofs and structures. Game fonts have been improved for better clarity and readability. A completely redesigned setting screen with organized categories makes it easier to find and adjust game options. An event timer screen has been added, allowing players to easily see upcoming events and their schedules, as well as server time. The minimap now provides much more useful information than before. Fast slots can now be bound to any key you prefer. Looting has received several quality of life improvements. You can loot directly from a current hex, allowing you to loot behind scenery objects, navigate to nearby corpses using arrow buttons in the loot screen, use the new quick loot option to loot and close the window instantly. Quest-giving NPCs are now easier to identify thanks to new quest markers. Location status icons have been completely redesigned. Mouse hover now also gives more information about the location. The Pip-Boy screen received a new effect. Floating combat and status text now stacks more cleanly when multiple effects occur at the same time. And beyond all of these changes, there are countless smaller visual, UI and usability improvements throughout the game. World, exploration and events. Dungeons. New dungeon refresh system was introduced. This means dungeons containers no longer refresh individually based on separate timers. Instead, each dungeon now refreshes on a global schedule. To support this change, dungeon loot has been significantly improved across all locations. Players can now see a dungeon loot status directly from the world map, making it easy to know whether a location has already been looted or is ready for exploration. No more guessing or wasting time traveling to an empty dungeon. The Metro dungeon progression has also been rebalanced. Difficulty and loot progression now advance twice as fast, reducing the amount of time required to reach higher level areas and valuable rewards. The PvP encounters will also be much more common. Several maps have received major updates. The Cathedral exterior area has been expanded, while Mariposa has been completely redesigned, including both the outdoor and underground sections. Some dungeons and events now feature guarded containers. These valuable containers remain locked until the area's boss has been defeated. Town stability. A new town stability system has been added. Towns now have 4 stability levels: Crisis, Weak, Stable and Strong. A town's stability directly affects traders, caravans, and the maximum level of its treasury. This gives greater importance to the condition and development of each settlement. Player choices, events, raids, and town control will impact the town stability. World map improvements. The world map has received numerous improvements and bug fixes. Zooming has been improved, making navigation smoother and more comfortable. Holding Alt now displays additional information about location directly on the world map. Players can also now be discovered through world map encounters, creating new opportunities for player versus player interaction and unexpected encounters while traveling. Only encounters containing NPC groups are applicable. Night travel has become more dangerous, and counter-enemy groups now scale up during nighttime, increasing the chances of running into bigger trouble or reward after dark. The world map replication radius has been reduced, meaning players no longer need to travel as far to return to ongoing battles and activities. The logic also was altered to provide even distance from possible respawns. Meta events. A new meta event system has been added. Meta events are large-scale, global events that appear for all players and are tracked through visible event timers. The first meta events include Brotherhood of Steel Patrol, Enclave Supply, Drug Transactions, Meeting at Cathedral, Gunrunner's Caravan. These events create new opportunities for exploration, conflict, and rewards across the wasteland. Additionally, the ongoing conflicts can spawn various events within cities. Faction and systems. The factions and gangs interfaces have been separated into their own dedicated screens, making it easier to manage both NPC factions and player-made faction gangs. Gang War System. A new Gang War system has been introduced. Gang War is a weekly competition where rival crews battle for dominance through rotating daily objectives. During the week, members earn points by looting dungeons, hunting bounties, clearing world map events, and raiding towns. Every point earned also grants influence, a new gang resource that can be used to support towns and improve their stability. In future updates, influence will gain additional uses, including faction-based building and world map territorial control. At the end of each week, the highest ranked gangs received bonus influence and valuable rewards, including weapon mods, armor mods, car parts, implants, and chips. Bounty system. A new bounty hunting system has been added to the wasteland. Dangerous criminals now appear throughout unsafe settlements, each with their own identity, crimes, and behavior. Players can pick up bounty contracts from town notice boards and track targets across the world. Bounties can be either completed in Shady Sands by killing the target and bringing his ear, or bringing him alive. Players can buy collars to imprison them for transfer to gain a much better reward. Tournament system. A new automated daily tournament system has been added to the game. You can participate solo or as teams of up to 3 players, and compete throughout multiple rounds in dedicated Junktown arena. Tournament matches use arena-provided equipment, focusing on skill, teamwork, and tactics rather than gear advantages. Successful teams can earn valuable rewards, including high-tier implants. Players can also spectate live matches as they unfold. The scoreboard has been improved to better track rankings, tournament progress, and results. Combat mechanics. Combat has received numerous improvements aimed at making battles smoother, fairer, and most importantly, more responsive. The sneaking system has been reworked with improved visuals and clearer feedback, making stealth gameplay more intuitive. The dodge stat and dodger perk have been adjusted to have a more meaningful impact on avoiding attacks. AI and NPC improvements. AI behavior and NPC interactions have received numerous improvements. Combat AI has been refined to make enemies react more intelligently during battles, while NPC movement has been improved to reduce pathfinding and movement issues. Skills and character systems. The character registration screen has been completely redesigned, making character creation clearer and more user-friendly. Players now have access to their full special attributes right from the start, eliminating the need to level up before customizing their build. Tact skills can now be selected during character creation. Tact skills gain experience 20% faster, allowing players to specialize their characters from the beginning. To make movement stat easier to understand, runtime has been replaced with run speed. The stat now displays your running speed as a percentage of default movement speed, making comparison much more intuitive. Charisma has received an important new role. It increases your PvE damage multiplier, allowing charismatic characters to deal more damage against NPCs. A relentless perk for Charisma tree has been replaced with Low Profile, a new perk that makes NPCs less likely to prioritize you as their first target during combat. The ghoul race has been rebalanced to make it a more attractive choice, Ghouls now receive a percentage reduction to action points cost when attacking. Progression and rewards. The early game questline and progression system are still under development. To help new players jump directly into core game experience, completing the tutorial now grants level 30, which acts as the game's soft level cap. The level cap has been removed, allowing players to continue progressing beyond level 99 without limitations. A new reward box system has been added. Reward boxes are now one of the primary ways for players to earn rewards from major activities throughout the game. Players can right-click a reward box to view its complete loot table and item drop chances before opening it. Reward boxes can be obtained from a variety of activities, including level ups beyond level 30, tournaments, town control, weekly events, meta events, and jobs. The weekly reward progress bar has been redesigned to better match the game's interface and provide clearer progression tracking. Weekly challenge experience rewards have also been adjusted. Lower level characters now benefit significantly more, making it easier and faster for new players to gain their early levels and get into the action. Achievement progression has been expanded with new cosmetic rewards. Players who reach the highest achievement tiers can now unlock exclusive cosmetic items as recognition of their dedication and accomplishments. Multiple new achievements have been added. Items, loot and economy. This update brings several improvements to item progression, loot rewards and overall economy. Quality system improvements. Item quality now has a greater impact on item value. Weapons and armor values scale more effectively with their quality level, making higher quality equipment feel more rewarding and valuable to loot. Artifacts have received a visual update and now use a distinctive golden item background, replacing the star icon. Blue quality items are now available from more sources, including locations such as toxic caves and wanderer shops, making them easier for casual players to obtain. In addition, towns with high stability can now upgrade shop inventories, allowing traders to sell blue quality equipment. Loot improvements. Loot rewards have been significantly increased across many activities. Dungeon loot has been substantially improved. World map events now provide more valuable and specific loot, making them more attractive activity for brave adventurers. These changes aim to make item progression more meaningful, ensure that challenging content provides rewards worthy of the risk, and allow players to choose which location they want to focus on based on the loot available. Crafting and base systems and vehicles. Base systems. Crafting and base management have received several quality of life improvements designed to reduce unnecessary micromanagement. Crafting station tiers are now unlocked through base structures, allowing players to access higher tier recipes and equipment as their base develops. Crafting has become much more convenient. As long as the required crafting station exists somewhere within your base, you no longer need to stand next to it. Crafting will also automatically pull resources from the designated resource container, eliminating the need to manually move materials into your inventory. Container management has been improved as well. Container labels can now be toggled on or off throughout the base building settings, making it easier to identify and organize storage. Repairs now have a 100% success chance when a workbench is available, and this benefit applies across the entire base rather than only near the workstation itself. In addition, item transfer speeds between containers and inventories have been increased, making inventory management faster and less tedious. Player inventory items can now be sorted by either dragging items or sorting up or down. High-end cars and gear require specific items for crafting. Without them, crafting recipes remain invisible for the player. Several crafting-related improvements have also been made. Ammunition dismantling now returns the correct amount of resources. Vehicles. This update introduces several new high-tier vehicles. Players can now work towards obtaining some of the best vehicles in the wasteland, including the lightning-fast Fat Man, the spacious Gritty Truck, and the legendary Highwayman. Crafting these advanced vehicles requires a new resource called car parts. Car parts can be obtained from Tire in Reno, and as rewards from gang war activities. A new car lockpicking system has also been added. Using an electronic lockpick, players can attempt to crack a vehicle's security code and gain access to locked cars. Finally, the Fame shop has been restocked with a selection of brand new vehicle paints, allowing players to customize their rides with fresh cosmetic options. Performance, audio, localization, and fixes. Performance and optimization. A significant amount of work has gone into improving the performance of both server and client. Numerous optimizations have been implemented throughout the game, resulting in smoother gameplay, improved responsiveness, and better overall stability. Engine is now using JIT compile for server-side scripts, significantly increasing performance. Server tick rate was redesigned. Previously, no matter how long the server took to resolve calculations, at the end of them it delayed the next loop by the same amount of time. Now, with adaptive tick rate, delay between ticks will be reduced and resolved sooner if calculations took much longer. This combats lag spikes and heavier calculation steps become resolved much sooner. In addition, all known client crash issues discovered during development and testing have been resolved, resulting in a much more stable gameplay experience. Several new sound effects have been added to improve immersion and player feedback. Combat audio has been refined, with improved sound timing to better match animations and combat actions. Localization. A new language selection option has been added to the settings menu. The language support is still heavily work in progress, and we're looking for people willing to improve it. The game currently supports English, French, Polish, Portuguese, Chinese, and Russian. Additional translation updates have also been made throughout the game to improve consistency and language support. Fixes. As with every major update, countless smaller fixes and improvements have been made across all areas of the game. Many of these changes happen behind the scenes and might not be immediately visible to players, but together they help create a smoother, more polished and more reliable gameplay experience. Thank you for watching and see you in the game.